students. Today's topic is counters and time delays. Now, counters are time delays based upon three concepts: looping, counting, and indexing. Looping. Looping means in this technique the program is instructed to execute certain set of instructions repeatedly to execute a particular task number of times. So we have to repeat the same set of instructions one more than one number of times. For example, if you have to add 10 numbers stored in the consecutive memory location, then we have to perform addition 10 times. So we will create a loop so that we will write the instruction only once and we will create the loop and the loop will run 10 times. Now, counting. This technique allows programmer to count how many times the instruction or set of instructions are executed. Now, counting can be of two types. It can be an up counting and it can be a down counting. Now, in a counting, a counter is designed by loading an appropriate count in a register. A loop is set up to decrement the count for the down counter or to increment the count for the up counter. So INR and DCR, these are the two instructions which are used for setting the counter. Now each count is checked to determine whether it has reached the final number, and if not, the loop is again repeated. Now next is indexing. This technique allows programmer to point or refer the data stored in sequential memory location one by one. Now we have to choose these three in such a way that we have to use in the looping and counting or time delay examples. Now this is the flow chart. Now in these two flow chart we can use we are basically actually using only four sections: initialization section, loops control section, processing, and result section. Now the way in which these sections are being allocated are given in two flow charts. These are the two flow charts. Now timers. Now in timers, basically it is a timing delay and it is designed by loading a register with a delay or delay count and setting up a loop to decrement the count until 0. So it will count. For example, if we have to give a delay with the help of 10, so it will count from 10, 9, 8 up till 0. The delay is determined by the clock period of the system and time required to execute the instructions within the loop. So in this we will take the help of conditional jump instruction to make the loop. Now we are having number of time delays examples. First type is time delay using NOP instruction. We are having an instruction that is known as no operation instruction. Now in this instruction there would be no operation taken by the microprocessor. So if we want a delay, with the help of this instruction we can have the delay. Now how much of delay we can have with the no operation instruction? We can have 4 T state delay with the help of no operation instruction. Now how we calculate? Now 1 T state is always equal to 1 upon operating frequency of 8085. We know that time is equal to 1 upon frequency. Now using that formula we can see here 1 T state is equal to 1 upon operating frequency of 8085. So if we are using 4 T states of no operation, that means 4 multiplied by 1 upon operating frequency of 8085 is the time delay. It is the total time delay using no operation. Now time delay using the counter. Now if we use the counter, we have to initialize it, we have to update the counter, and then we have to find out whether the count value has reached its final value or not. If it has reached the final value, we have to come out of the loop. If it has not reached the final value, we are within the loop. So we have to load a delay register, we have to decrement that register, at each step, and after decrementing we have to check whether the register has got 0 or not. So this can be done with the help of 3 instruction. First, we have decided C register. We can take any of the registers. We have decided C register for the counting. So for 8-bit counter, we will take C register. So MVIC comma count, whatever we want to have the delay, we will put that value in the count. So it can be from 00 to FF. So we can have 0 to 255. So after that we will decrement the count. Whatever is in the count, it will be decremented by 1, and we will check whether we have got the 0 or not. So the loop will be jump if not 0. So there will be a loop when there will be no 0. So it will check it has no 0, it will come back to the decrement, and again this loop will continue. How many times? It will continue count minus 1 times, because first is the same, the last one, at the last one, if the count value is, for example, the count value is 9. So at the 9th one loop, what happens? When we decrement C will become 0. So it will check jump if not 0 to back. The condition will be invalid. So the microprocessor will come out of the loop. So we will have a loop for count minus 1 times. So when we have to calculate the time delay, how we can calculate the time delay? First of all, we will take the number of T states of each and every instruction. So for MVIC we are having 7 T states. For decrement we are having 4. For conditional jump, if the condition is right, we are having 10, and if the condition is wrong, we are having 7 T states. So what we will use this formula: total T states required to execute in the given program. So first one is 7. It is 7, and how many times this 7 will come? Only 1. Plus next is 4 plus 10. Now how many times this 4 plus 10 comes? Count minus 1. So we will multiply the loop with this, that is count minus 1. Whatever will be the value of count, we will convert it into the decimal value and then find out this value, because in program we will write down hexadecimal, but in formula we will write down in decimal. So count minus 1 multiplied by 4 plus 10 plus the last loop. What will be the last loop? 4 plus 7, because the condition is invalid, and for the invalid condition conditional jump has 7 T states. So 4 plus 7. When we calculate each and every one for count equals to 5, it will come out to be 74. Now what happens? It is not the time delay. This 74 is the number of T states. Now after that we will assume the frequency of 8085. Now we have assumed that 8085 has the frequency 2 megahertz. It will be given in the question also. So it can be 3 megahertz, 2 megahertz or 5 megahertz. It can be given. So assuming this 2 megahertz, what will be there? Time required for 1 T state will be equal to 0.5, because I have told you 1 upon frequency is equal to time, the time. So 0.5 microseconds would be the time for a single T state. 74 multiplied by 0.5 microseconds will be the total time delay with the help of this counter. Now 37 microseconds is the time delay. Now if it has been asked to us what is the maximum time delay with the help of 8-bit count, the maximum time delay will be taken with the help of FFH. Now FFH is what? It is 255. Now instead of count we will write here 255, and we will take 1787 is the total microseconds, is the total time delay with the help of 8-bit counter. So 1787. If we want more than 1787 microseconds of time delay, then we will shift to 16-bit counter. Instead of 8 bit we will shift to 16 bit. Now there will be change in the instruction, because we have to deal with the 16 bit register, so we will use here BC register pair. So loading BC register pair with the count value, after that decrementing the BC register pair, then moving the count into the accumulator, the count value into the accumulator, because we have to check the value has gone to 0 or not, and then ORing with B, we have to check whether it has reached the 0 value or not, because if we OR B with A, or if we OR first 8 bit with the second 8 bit and we will get 0, that means the total count has been executed. So that is why we will OR here. Okay, now we have the same formula, we will calculate all the t states. The same formula will be taken here. Okay, now after that we will multiply with the t state, and we will get the time delay possible with the 16 bit count register as 0.7864 seconds. Now next is time delay using nested loop. Nested loop means loop within a loop. So we are having an outer loop, and from the outer loop we are having one more loop within the outer loop. So what will we use here? We are taking a multiplier count and then a delay count, and in between this, the C is the this C is the simple that we have already done in the first type, that is count 8 bit counter. Now after that we are having an outer loop that is also an 8 bit counter. So what will we do? We will find out first of all the inner loop using the same formula, the inner loop time delay, and after that we will multiply it with the multiplier count -1 plus 11 to find out the total loop. So in this way we will find out the total loop. Now you can use this program to generate a delay of 0.4 seconds. Now I hope it will be clear to you. Okay.